This is our Forest River Vibe 26 BHS walkthrough. The rear stairs fold like so. Pull here, they come down, flip out. Coming around to the front, open the door all the way so that the stairs will clear. You have this blue lever. Pull this, that allows the stairs to come down using this handle. Lower them down. On the underside here, there's your adjustment lever for the feet if you're on uneven terrain. Independent on each side. They lower down. If you find that your door will not clear, that means the stairs are too high, release that lever and the feet will recess up into here, and vice versa. If it's too low, go the other way. Your handle just lifts off its seat, rotates, and drops back in. Super simple. Come on in. Let's take a look at our control panel. Here you have your water pump, freshwater tank, meter, battery meter. You see the different levels: empty, 1/3, 2/3, and full. Black tank, gray 1, gray 2, aux. The aux is for the kitchen sink, has a separate independent tank. Slide out, awning. This has a wonderful slide out. This slide will stop when it's ready to go. Here we go. You do not have to worry about overrunning this. It will stop. It has stop limit switches, so you're not going to overrun it. Don't worry about that. Just hold the switch down until the motor stops. You can see it's getting close. My finger's still on the switch. Now it's stopped. You can release. And the same thing with coming in with it. You hold it down until the motor stops and you're good. Here's your awning. Let's go out with the awning. You will want to make sure the door is clear for the awning arm to extend. So pull the door in a bit and go out. The same thing with retracting the awning. Make sure the door is clear. Very important. On a windy day, make sure you bring in this awning when it's unattended. That is the single most damaged item on an RV, is the awning. You leave it out on a 15-20 mile an hour wind day, it turns into a giant sail. You can see the wind kind of lifting it now. You want to go out no further than about right there. This will not stop on its own. You have to stop it. Coming back in, going out, and let it go right about there. That's as far as you want to go. The awning adjusts if it starts raining and you want the water to run off to one side or the other. You have an arm right here. pull down to adjust pitch. Watch what happens. Now the water will run off to this side. When you go to retract the awning, be sure to push this back up. That way it retracts nice and evenly. So don't forget, always bring in the awning at night or when you're away from your campsite. In Florida, thunderstorms roll through quick and you can wake up to a disaster. This will turn into a giant sail and all these arms and hinges could be just destroyed. So always remember that. Back inside, there's your light switches. Don't ask me why, but the light switch on the left actually operates the interior lights, right there. And the light switch on the right operates the exterior, right there. That's a nice bright LED. It'll light up your entire campsite. Tank heaters, you will not have to worry about in Florida. Water heater, once you get to your campsite, you hook up your water. You'll want to turn this on. You turn it on. There's your direct ignition light. You come out here and you'll actually hear it kick on. This is your hot water heater. Give it a second. Hear that? You're up and running. Be sure the kiddos do not put their hand on this. It gets hot when the water heater kicks on. It will not stay on, just as your hot water heater, your house will not just stay on continuously, only when it needs to warm the water. Okay. Alright, back inside. Let's take a look. You have a ton of room in this camper. This is a jackknife sofa. You can sleep two there. Dinette folds down. Two there. Two on the lower bunk. Two on the upper bunk. I think the upper bunk has like a 300-pound limit. Alright. Went to the bathroom. Good sized bathroom for a camper. Here's your shower. Your shower door. This slides and latches. To unlatch, you have to push in to release it, and then it'll go by itself. Just let it go. If you're inside, you'll want to pull toward you to release it. If you just grab on it and try to pull, it will not move. It has to be pushed in or pulled from the inside to release. There you go. Toilet operation. You have a foot lever on the side. To go number one, you'll just stomp it down. One time, really quick. If you want to try to conserve water, if you're not on a sewer site, just make it real quick. Just stomp it down. To go number two, without being totally graphic here, you want to barely push the pedal so the water fills up, but the flapper does not release until you get about 4 or 5 inches of water in there, and then stomp it the rest of the way down when you're done. Hot and cold water in your sink. Nice sized medicine cabinet. You have the second door, which is nice. So if you're at a campsite, the kiddos won't track dirt all the way through your camper. They can just come in here from this other door. Super nice. Getting back in. This is the latest and greatest in RV technology. This is a 12-volt DC refrigerator. Up until 2020, most of the refrigerators you saw were gas and electric. This has 10.7 cubic feet of space. For the same size refrigerator, the gas electric refrigerator had only 7 cubic feet of space because of the way they're designed. The walls are much thinner in these style refrigerators. And using DC power, your tow vehicle will power this going down the road. So it'll stay nice and cold for you. It doesn't take a day and a half to cool down like the old gas electric refrigerators do. It takes about 3 or 4 hours and you're rocking and rolling. Good size refrigerator. Here's your microwave. Little note on the microwave. For some reason, this is a 30 amp RV. You have a switch. You can have either the microwave or the fireplace. You can't have both at the same time. It just draws too much amperage for a 30 amp RV. In my opinion, this should have been a 50 amp RV and you would not have this issue. It is what it is. Microwave, down the fireplace. Now the fireplace will function. Here's your power. You change colors. Blue, red, yellow. It's putting off heat now. You feel heat coming out of there and you do not want it. You're in the middle of summer. Hit this right here. There's high. Off. Low. High. Off. And it will no longer put out heat. Just a flame for ambiance. Again, you hit the microwave switch up here. Watch what happens to the fireplace. No power to the fireplace. So in the mornings, you're trying to cook your food in the microwave, it doesn't work, head over to the switch. Alright, oven and burner operation. You have a glass cover here that acts as a backsplash. When you use it, be sure you fold back this glass cover. You do not want the flame on the glass. Flips up, now you have a nice backsplash. There's a light under here. Also a light under here. This is a nice little night light for you. Puts on a nice blue light to operate the burners. So you want to operate the center burner. Go to where the flame is on the dial. Red means gas is flowing. Do not leave it without turning on the igniter. Boom. Turn this. That fires your igniter. So if you come by in the middle of the night and somehow someone has turned this to flame and you see that it's red, turn it off quickly. You do not want gas flowing into this camper without being lit. Your LP detector will go off. To operate the oven, similar. Underneath you have a burner there. We'll take this knob, push, hold to the little flame, and then fire the igniter the same way. Look underneath and you'll see the blue flame ignite when you fire it. Alright, sometimes it takes a couple times to get it primed. Just give it a little while and it'll fire for you. These ovens are known for that, being a little temperamental, so. You have a pizza pan and a baking pan inside. And here you have a pot and a pan. These are made for the induction burner. You can also use them up here, but they're magnetic. You have to have a special sort of pan and pot in order for the outside kitchen induction burner to function. It uses magnets. It's kind of a neat new technology. This comes fully stocked. Paper plates, olive oil spray, some spices, coffee mugs, salt and pepper, about everything you can need for a camping trip. This is our personal camper, so we keep it stocked and ready to go whenever we want to use it. Aluminum foil, cutting board, things like that. You have a coffee maker, toaster, all these items which put up along here when you're at your campsite. Do not leave them there. When you go to tow this, anything you leave up high will end up on the floor. So to me it's a good spot to put on when you're traveling, just inside the sink. Nice size closet over here. Little first aid kit, some fire starter cubes, air freshener, little grill lighter. 50-inch flat screen TV. Awesome. Here's your air conditioning control. Always put it on high auto. Summer in Florida, you're going to want it on high auto. Set it where you want it and forget about it. When you get to your campsite, it's probably going to be close to 100 degrees in here. Do yourself a favor. Keep all the blinds down. This is not like a house. This will turn into an oven. It's not insulated the same. You want to do everything you can to get it as cool as quick as you can. Here's where your air comes out. If you want it to get cool quicker, you have 4 ducts in here. One here, one in the master, one over the pantry, and one in the bathroom. It will take a good hour to 2 hours in the summer to get down to a decent temperature. What you want to do, open these up, allow maximum amount of air to flow into the main living area. Close the bathroom vent. Close the bathroom door. And the same for the master. You do this and your common area will cool much, much quicker. Close it off. Close the door. It will cool much quicker. Also, the longer you leave the doors open with kids, if you leave that door open for 3 or 4 minutes, that temp is going to rise 3 or 4 degrees and it's going to take 20 minutes to cool back down. It's not like your house, so just be mindful. Keep the shades down. Dump all the air to the center. This is to cool the RV quickly. Once this is all done, you're rocking and rolling and you're 75 degrees in here. You can go and open up the bedroom vent and the bathroom vent and then close these. It's a lot quieter. See that? Much quieter. Alright. This is your entertainment center. A little power button here. You have AM, FM.
She's a stripper. I didn't know she's a.
Alright. Speaker number 1 is for the inside here. Speaker number 2 is for the outside. When it's red, that means it's not on. You hit this, it's now blue. Those outside speakers, those 2 are up and running. So if you wanted to listen to music outside, the kiddos are in bed, just kill number 1. Now only the outside speakers will work. So red off, blue's on. This has Bluetooth right here. Select Bluetooth. It's called IRV62. Just go to your phone, connect over to it, and you can control everything from your phone. Pandora, if you have a music playlist, you can be outside the camper and control it right from your phone. Really cool. 50-inch TV. It has a built-in antenna. That's all automatic. Picks up maybe 20 channels. Not bad. A lot of campsites claim they have Wi-Fi. It's usually terrible. So I often use just this antenna. I will also use this HDMI extension here so that it can be reached, and I'll plug my Amazon Fire Stick into here and use a hotspot off my phone, and we'll have our AT&T TV or YouTube TV, anything we want. So if you have one of those, a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, and you have free Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone, you're welcome to bring it. The remote, located right here in the basket. There's your power button. As you can see, antenna picks up very, very well. Power off. There you go. has a nice sized pantry. One of the advantages of having a bigger camper is you get a lot more storage. We have the smaller one. We have a Forest River Wildwood 178 BHSK. It doesn't have any of this. This is so much nicer. There's your towels, dishcloths, washcloths, all stored away in there. You have all bedding, comforters, pillows, fitted sheet, mattress cover underneath here. Makes it a lot more comfortable. Identical on the top. The bedding for the dinette, as well as the jackknife sofa. The bedding under this cabinet and this one are identical. One's for the jackknife and one's for this. Here's your container, slides out. There's your pillow, sheets, fitted sheet. Way underneath here, you'll see the comforter and the mattress cover. That mattress cover makes all the difference in the world. Be sure to use that. It adds a couple inches of foam padding, and it kind of holds all the cushions together for you so they don't slide out as you're sleeping. To break this down, you have two legs here. This table just lifts off. The legs just lift out of there. I normally store them underneath there. The table will just drop down onto the ledge here, and in the back and on the left side, just straight down the way you see it, down here. These cushions will remain where they are. Take all the side cushions off and use a couple of them here and here that will be placed here and here. And again, that mattress cover will kind of hold all of it together and give you a lot more comfortable space to sleep. The other cushions, again, I normally store under there. All right, if you have your choice of which one to use, and you're not trying to max out the camper at 10 people, you don't need all the sleeping services, I would definitely choose this one, the dinette. The jackknife sofa eats up a lot more space. I'll show you in the extended position shortly, but it'll come out all the way to here, and to get through here to the kitchen, you kind of sidestep it. So if you don't need all the sleeping services, use this one, and it's a little bigger. All right. So, operation of the jackknife. Just pull your back cushions off. This lifts up. You have these legs that fold out here. So I can do this and hold the camera at the same time. Just like so. Then it kind of hinges and pulls out. Like this. Drops down. See what I mean about the space it takes up? This back folds down. There you go. Full-size bed. Again, as I mentioned before, the bedding for the dinette under there, it's identical for the jackknife under here. It's exactly the same. You have that same pillow sheet set, as well as a comforter and the mattress cover. Again, use that mattress cover. If you don't, you're gonna fill these lines, these creases right here. You put that on there, it gives you a couple more inches of foam. It makes a lot more comfortable sleeping surface, for sure. To reverse it, flip that up, lift. This will hinge right there. Pull the legs in. Drops down. Put the cushions back on. Super simple. Alright. These blackout shades are awesome. They're what's called friction blinds. To operate, you just pull on them, release, and they'll automatically go up. Notice how much they black out. You will absolutely need this on a hot day. That sun blasting through that window right now will roast this camper. Keep them down on the side of the camper that the sun's blasting if you want it to stay cool in here. You can put it wherever you want. Bring it here. Friction blinds. Just like that. You have one there on the smaller window, another big one there, another smaller one over there. Nice little lamp here over the dinette. And a nice little wall sconce over here, operated by those little switches. The rest of the lighting, again, the switch is right here. It'll operate all these. The others back here by the bunks do not have a wall switch. You operate by just hitting the center button, just like that. Same for the bunk, same for that bunk. Power outlets here for tablets or phones, identical top and bottom. Heading to the master bedroom. You have a wall switch for the light. Again, once the rest of the camper is cool, go and pull this down. It's a nice ducted vent blowing around on your face. It's very nice. Our smaller camper does not have these ducts. It makes a world of difference. Keeps it much more balanced. You have a closet over here. Good size closet. Storage up here. Again, this comes with all the bedding. It's got a nice thick mattress cover on it. 4 pillows and your blanket. Underneath there's storage. Just lift up on the mattress. There you go. And you have a little wardrobe over here. Again, lots of storage. This is a fitted sheet on here. There's your actual sheets right there. USB chargers, power outlet on both sides. You have a little underneath lighting here. Again, controlled by the little center button. These blinds operate the exact same way. Pull down. Yeah, automatically go up. Just like that. Same way on this side. A lot of natural light in this camper. It's kind of emergency exit type window. Little lever will flip up here. Your smoke detector. Trash can underneath here. There'll always be some extra trash bags down there. Some Windex cleaner. Full silverware drawer. Even a little pizza cutter. And that's your little remote for the entertainment center. You also have plasticware in the upper cabinet. If you choose to use that, not want to do dishes. Just got some miscellaneous items in here. Extra fuses. This is your fuse panel. If something happens, you pop a fuse. There they are. Fuse goes bad, a little red light will come on next to the fuse to let you know which one's bad. These are all your breakers for your AC side. These are DC fuses, battery operated. There's that. Alright, back on the outside. Good sized storage underneath. This little turn latch here. A lock here. That lock is the silver key right here. The only silver key on here. Operates all the exterior compartments. There. The outdoor kitchen, which I'll get to in a moment. It has a rear compartment in the back where the sewer hoses are located, and on the other side. The two purple keys operate each of the entry doors, the deadbolt. And it'll also operate the handle latch. Here we go. Don't ask me why they made two different locks for the front and back door. So if one key doesn't work, try the other. This black key operates the outdoor shower around the back here. Going around. Right here. Black key. Turn that. Opens up. You have hot and cold. A little wand here. It's nice when coming back from the beach. This is your sewer hose Y adapter and extra sewer hose. The other two are located in the bumper. It just pulls out inside there. Most RVs are set up that way. Fits perfect in there. Be sure to reinstall that when you're done. Coming on around. Again, big slide out. A little smaller door on this side, but it is a pass-through compartment. Goes all the way through to the other side. That's your weight distributing hitch. Again, this latch operated by that silver key I talked about earlier. Magnets on here. Super simple. Alright, now we'll go over the outdoor kitchen. A lot of campers, the outdoor kitchen is not under the awning. This one is. It's nice if it starts drizzling on you, which happens from time to time in Florida. Again, that little silver key will operate that. It's already unlocked now. Little quarter turn latch. Slides open. There's your little outdoor refrigerator. This slides out. And the induction burner slides out this direction. Sometimes a cord gets a little tangled up in there and will prevent it from coming all the way out. You kind of got to just make sure it's good. There you go, fully extended. There's your little power button. This will not operate, it's kind of a safety feature. It will not operate unless a pan is actively on it. You'll get an error code. You got the power button, hit your flame for turning it on. See that E1? It's telling you there's an error because there's nothing on it. That way kids can't, it can't just be going and some kid walk by and burn their hand. A lot of new homes are going to this actually. So let me grab one of the pans out of the storage underneath the oven and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Again, power button. It has magnets on the burner that pulls the current through. This is a magnetic pot. It has to be magnetic for it to work. Now that the pot's on there, with the power button, see how it's functioning? You can lower the wattage. 1300, 900. Only 900 is plenty. 1800 watts is a lot. I've actually had to trip a breaker inside when operating this at full wattage and have the electric hot water heater on at the same time. So I got to where I do not even use the electric portion of the hot water heater, just the gas. which I showed you how to operate earlier. This gets hot really quickly, quicker than gas. It's really cool. Again, control it by just sliding your finger. A little less, a little more. As soon as you pull this off here, safety feature. Boom, kills it. Alright? Super easy. You also have a little sink here, a little sprayer, this nozzle attaches right in here. This lifts up, attaches right there. I personally have never used this. I'd almost rather see a little table here. That way I can put stuff as I'm cooking right here. To me, it would make more sense. I'm not sure why you would need a sink here if you have one just inside the door there. Just my opinion. Exterior outlet. Cable, if your campsite has cable. And there's your hot water heater. Inside your storage, you have a nice camping mat here. It's basically the same size as the awning. You'll definitely want to use that to keep from tracking inside the camper. You have a water hose, 8 chairs, some s'more sticks there. Here's your leveling blocks, the big yellow ones. The small yellow pads are for your stabilizer jacks. Just slide under here. Here's your switch, extend and retract. Those legs will lower onto here. You do not want to do that to level the RV, as just to stabilize it. To level the RV, back into your sight, you see one side's lower than the other. You'll pull it forward and put these Camco leveling blocks under the tires on the low side. That's how you level it left to right. To level it forward to back, just use your tongue jack. Up and down. You get a little light switch here. Inside here are your propane tanks. These kind of just unscrew, slide off. What's up? Right now I have the left tank on. If it ever runs out on you, here's your right tank. Go ahead and throw that on. Alright. The back of the camper is where your electrical outlet is. Right here. This just threads on here. Super simple. Right now I have it plugged into my house with an adapter. Then I'll just plug into the outlet of your campsite. 30 amp. Can't mess that up. There's probably a 50 amp there as well, but it's a completely different plug. Okay, back inside. If you are at a campsite that does not have sewer and you're just operating off the tank capacity, with a family of 4, you'll probably be able to last about three or 4 days on the black tank capacity. Right now it has a little bit of pre-charge of chemicals in it. That's why it's showing 1/3. And these sensors aren't known for the best accuracy to begin with. You will not be able to shower if you do not have sewer at your site. One shower will take about 16 gallons of water, and I think this has maybe a 45-gallon capacity gray water tank for the shower. So as you see, within one night of showering, your tanks are completely full. Then you won't be able to use your sink in the bathroom or anything else. So do not shower in this camper unless you have sewer. Your tanks will fill up immediately. All right, black tank should last you 3 or 4 days. You see it starts getting close to full, you might want to consider using the tanks at the campsite facilities. All right, if you are lucky enough to get a campsite with sewer hookups, this is where it's going to hook up. You have 2 on this camper actually. one in the aft part of the camper, and one just forward of the wheels there. That one just forward of the wheels is for the sink. That's the aux tank. All right. This is gray tank 1, gray tank 2. There's your black tank. Black handle, gray handle. Simple, right? All right. This is where the sewer hose is going to connect. A little bayonet style fitting. Just like here. Super simple. Just goes on, twist just like this cap does. And you run your hose out to where the sewer inlet would be. Make sure when parking your RV that it's going to reach. Again, you have one hose here and 2 hoses in here. You need 3 because, again, you have that other tank. You're going to connect over there. You're going to run the 2 hoses together to this little Y adapter, and this elbow is what's going to go into the ground for your sewer. Do not leave these valves open. You could probably get away with it on the gray tanks, but not the black tank. You do not want that black tank valve to remain open because you don't want all the water and chemicals to go out of the tank. I don't want to get graphic in explaining what happens in a dry tank if you have no chemicals in it, but you can figure that out. So you're just going to keep an eye on it, and once it gets to 2/3 to full, just come out and pull that valve. Let it run for about 30 seconds. Let it run down till it's almost empty and close it back. That'll also keep the smells of the sewer from traveling up into your camper. Alright? So remember, do not leave the black tank valve open. Only pull it when it gets close to full and then push it back in. Do not want to drain the tank completely down. If you do not have sewer at your site, you will be required to use the dump station. You hook it up the same way, same hoses, and you're just going to run it out to the drain at the dump station when you leave the campsite. Okay? These support the hose to allow gravity to work and drain downhill. If you do not use those supports, this hose will lay directly on the ground and gravity will not be assisting you and letting it flow down to the drain. You will actually have to come out here and do the walk of shame and kind of lift the hose to help it run downhill. So use those supports. There's 3 of them in here to support the forward hose as well as the aft hose. This is where your city water is going to connect. You have that hose in the forward compartment that I showed you earlier. There's 2 of them actually, a small one and a larger one. This is your black tank flush. When you're done camping, you will want to take the city water, hook it to the black tank flush, and basically sprays inside the black tank. And be sure to pull this valve because you don't want the black tank to fill up. You want it to rinse out and flow out of here. Also, always pull the black tank first and then the gray tank. The reason for that is the bad stuff's in the black tank, right? Well, you want to pull that first, and the last thing you want going through that hose is nice soapy water from your showers or your sinks. It kind of cleans out the hose. Alright? Alright. When getting to your campsite and backing in the camper, spotter, spotter, spotter. Always have a spotter. If you're by yourself, there's often a park ranger, someone on a golf cart that will assist you in backing it in. The air conditioner sets really high on this. I had a buddy of mine already punctured his backing it in, and a tree branch caught it. So you can't see everything from your vehicle, even with a backup camera. Always use a spotter, please. Again, you find that the left side is down or the right side is down, just use those leveling blocks and get it a little higher. The slide out probably weighs about 600 pounds with the furniture on it. You're going to find that if it's only a couple inches lower on this side, that slide out is actually going to help it lean to that side a bit. All right, so always kind of adjust for that. Probably about 2 inches you'll get out of that slide out, just the weight of it pulling down on that side of the camper. So always keep that in mind. Some considerations when you're choosing the perfect spot. Always make sure all your hoses, your water hose, your sewer hoses, your electrical cord, make sure they're all going to reach. Otherwise you'll be hooking it back up, dragging it forward 2 feet. It's going to be a giant hassle for you. The other big thing, as you can see I'm kind of close here, make sure your slide out is going to clear. I've had that happen to me many times. You get everything set up and you're like, crap, the power pole's in the way for the electric, and you're hooking the truck back up, pulling it back forward a couple feet. Here is that sewer connection for the front. There's a little gray handle for it. Again, the hose is just going to come out and Y in with the other one and go out to your sewer. Alright, there's your wheel chocks. There's 4 of them, 2 for each side. They'll be stored in the 4 compartments. Alright. Alright, that wraps up our tour of the 2021 Forest River Vibe 26 BHS. Hope this was helpful. Check out my other video I'm going to post for hooking up the weight distributing hitch and how that all functions for you. Alright, take care.